here's a simple reminder regarding forgiveness, and it's important that we always revisit forgiveness, because most of us run into issues in life when we deal with other people, whether that be in the workplace, whether that be with family, whatever. You're going to run into situations where you're going to have to forgive. And I'm speaking primarily to believers, those who have been born again. Okay. Now, for the believer, forgiveness is not primarily about the person you are forgiving. Okay. It's upholding your duty as a redeemed believer in Christ who has become a slave to righteousness, to a God who is fully deserving of that title. Okay. Not just because he's the sovereign creator, but because he laid it all down on Calvary for your sake. We forgive because he forgave us. Ephesians 4:32. But this only applies to those who are truly in Christ, born again. Okay? I always add that in my videos. Okay? You must be born again.
On November 5th, 2003, all doubt of Ridgeway's guilt was erased. He pleaded guilty to the murders of 48 women. He'd made a deal to cooperate with the prosecution to provide more information on his victims and the whereabouts of their remains. In doing so, he avoided a trial and possible death penalty.
Mr. Ridgeway, how do you plead to the charge of aggravated murder in the first degree as charged in count 1 for the death of Wendy Lee Caulfield?
Guilty.
How do you plead to the charge of aggravated murder in the first degree as charged in count 2?
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
It's like he didn't have any remorse at all for what he had done. You know, he'd killed so many people, he didn't remember who they were, what they looked like. I just couldn't believe that somebody could kill all those people and not remember them.
Neither could the angry relatives of his victims, who were invited to speak in court when Ridgeway was sentenced to life without parole on December 18th, 2003.
You had said your memory, when it comes to all of the women you took, was gone. Our memory is not. In your words, you said that they didn't mean anything to you, but she meant everything to us.
She was a mother, she was a wife, she was a sister, and we miss her.
Gary Ridgeway sat there stone-faced as victims' relatives damned him and mocked him.
He's an animal. I wish for him to have a long, suffering, cruel death.
He's gonna go to hell, and that's where he belongs.
But then the emotionless facade finally cracked when the father of one of his victims appeared to surprise him with a dose of human kindness.
Mr. Ridgeway, there are people here that hate you. I'm not one of them. You've made it difficult to live up to what I believe, and that is what God says to do, and that's to forgive. You are forgiven, sir.